Conceptualized neutral run sans fight. And then you can see all the links to bro's stuff, all that beautiful stuff. This is it. All right, I need to talk about this game because this game right here amazed me to no end. So, where this story begins, right? So, I was browsing the web, right? Now, keep in mind, right? I am an Undertale fan game. I'm an Undertale consumer. Okay, I love Undertale. I love Deltarune. I love what Toby Fox has created. So, of course, a fan like me is going to go out of their way to try and find something for me to do that's related to Undertale, of course, right? And I think I was on Game Jolt for like hours trying to, because originally I was trying to find a papyrus fight or something like that, right? I was trying to find something that is like an alternative to Underswap Papyrus, because at that point I think we just played Underswap Papyrus stuff or whatever, like Underswap just Papyrus in general, right? And I was like just trying to find on Game Jolt like many freaking mobile games for Undertale, because, you know, I play mobile Undertale games for content. It's fun to do it that way. It's fun. I enjoy doing it. Yeah, my brother's sleeping there. Don't mind him. Right? So I was scrolling all the way down on the usual page that I find Undertale fan games, and I found one just called Neutral Sans Fight, right? And I was like, keep in mind, that's all the game said on Game Jolt was Neutral Sans Fight. And I clicked it, and then I decided to download it because it was a mobile game, and I'm trying to find Sans mobile fights because I think doing Undertale Sans fights are fun. As you can tell by 90% of my videos in my Undertale freaking fan game / ROM hack playlist is filled with fucking fights with Sans and Papyrus, okay? So it's filled with the brim with that stuff, right? It's filled to the brim with that. And what is it? So after I got the game, I wanted to test the game, because usually I like to test the game before I play it a little bit, like seriously get into it and play it, if I can use like Bluetooth controller or not. And I remember, or actually, yeah, that's actually the main reason why I was searching for this game, or searching for Undertale games. I was trying to search for games that I can play using Bluetooth connected controllers, because don't get me wrong, touchscreen controls for mobile games are fine. It's just that for me personally, since I've been playing with controller like awfully a lot my entire life, or like Bluetooth controller. Don't get me wrong, I have played touchscreen a lot in my life too, but it just feels so much better for me as a grown ass man, or you know, or I mean, there's nothing wrong with touch. It's just that for me personally, I feel like I do a lot better most of the time when I have a controller in my hand doing it versus when I do not have a controller in my hand doing it, right? And I remember that's the whole reason why I was on Game Jolt trying to find Underswap Papyrus fights that support Bluetooth or whatever, right? I was trying to find that stuff, and then I found the Neutral Sans fight, and I remember when I opened the game up, I tested the Bluetooth by going through the menus. I was the happiest dude on the freaking planet, because I was like, finally, this is the first Sans fight, okay, in the amalgamation of videos, all right, that I played. Because keep in mind, at that point, I played like Undertale Yellow Mobile. I played quite a few mobile games, right? But 90% of the mobile games that I played that were Undertale based or Deltarune based, I was forced to use the touch controls, okay? I didn't get to use a Bluetooth controller at this point yet. Nowadays, there's like a more of a mix, like Bluetooth controller. I'm actually finding a little bit more games that support that shit. It's still pretty rare, but it's not like extremely rare like it once was, right? So anyways, I found a Bluetooth controller. I said, bet I'm going to play this later today, right? Or later that day, which my video, by the way, on a conceptualized neutral sans fight was like, funny enough, that was, what is it? How many days ago now? Here, let me type in my name or something. Maybe it'll pop up better when I put my name there. Probably like 11, 12 days ago, right? So, basically about a week or two ago, right? Yeah, 11 days ago, bet. Yeah, that's when I played it, right? And I remember I was so excited to get into this. I need $2. I'm sorry, bro. I don't got $2 for you, man. I'm sorry. Plus, I wouldn't even know how to give it anyway, because I don't do like Cash App. I don't do Chime. I mean, I do have a Chime, but I don't do like Cash App or most apps that people use. But anyways, as I was saying, right? So I get into the game. I start like playing a little bit, dabbling with it, like the menus, being happy that we have Bluetooth controller. I was just so happy I finally found a Sans fight that has fucking Bluetooth, man. Like, y'all don't understand, right? Finding a Sans game with a Bluetooth controller ability, it allows me to play at my maximum percent. Because keep in mind, I beat Undertale and Deltarune with a controller on a console, on my PS5 right over here. I beat both games over there on the PS5. Undertale more than once. So I'm used to controller. I'm not used to having WASD because I don't have a computer or a laptop, so I haven't really, gotten that yet or whatever, right? I'm not used to all that stuff. So finding a game with Bluetooth really meant the universe to me. And I remember when I started this video up, this live stream, I was so happy to get into it, to see the moves, to see everything. Moonstown, welcome. New, talking about a conceptualized neutral run Sans fight. It's an Undertale fan game. I'm talking about Undertale fan game. I'm reviewing an Undertale fan game more like, right? So we did the dinner scene with Sans, right? And I remember seeing, because keep in mind, right, for me, every single time I see an Undertale fan game, we're going to try to skip the ad coming up here. Every time I see one, right, I see one with bullshit moves, right? Let me move to the dinner scene, like post the dinner scene. And then here's the actual fight, right? I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see the whole screen, right? So it's all like rainbowy. I don't know why my camera is way more glossier than before for some reason. Yeah, I'm reading it out loud, right? So I'm excited, I'm reading it and shit. And then I see the moves, right? I'm sitting there like, no way. Simple bone jumps? You're fucking high. In a Sans fan game fight? Oh my god. Moves that I can actually... Because keep in mind, at this time, right? Most Sans fan games, they go crazy with it, right? They shoot Gaster Blasters, they're spamming bones left and right on the screen. There's like 50 bazillion things you have to like look at the same time, learn how to dodge all of it at the same time, right? And it's again, for me, I like Undertale fan fights or fan games, right? Or fan games, whatever, that do their fights, that makes them approachable for any player at any level, right? And don't get me wrong, right? I understand a lot of Undertale fan games, are supposed to be, they are made stupid difficult because of the fact that if they're not difficult, nobody's going to look at it or something. Or nobody's going to be interested or whatever. Right? Or that's why a lot of people make their fan games hard. At least that's what I've been seeing off of Reddit and a lot of other places. But I was so happy to see this conceptualized neutral run fight with Sans. Was so, like, actual Sans from actual Undertale-like level of shit. Like, actually, bro. I remember I was so happy. I was like, okay, bones. Jump over those. Simple bones, right? Which I'm going to go through each attack, right? But as I was saying, right? Simple bones.
But I found this Sans game and it works for Bluetooth.
Yeah, right? I'm like, okay, bet. Hit. And then I don't know why, but sometimes the background, all that other sort of stuff likes to go, right?
That was so...
And then you see this shit, like extra bones flying. Here, I'm gonna skip through, right? You're seeing this type of energy where the bones are going up and shit. And you have to move left, right, left, right, left, right to go through. My game is kind of fucked, so that's why I kind of moved to the side. More like the game, more like the mobile app was fucked, but it's whatever. You got this move from regular Sans. It's like, oh my god, I can actually predict these movements. I can actually sit here and progress. And as I was playing this one, I kept doing attempt after attempt after attempt, right? Because it took me a while, right? It took me like 9, 10 different attempts to finally get it down to a T to finish this fight in an hour 50, right? Or an hour 20, right? I finished this game, right? Like I started at and I love this, right? I love that fight because like a conceptualized neutral run Sans fight, right? And this is what I love about it is that game, that fan game that I just showed off, allowed me to adapt accordingly. It allowed me to make progress accordingly. It allowed me to not be overwhelmed immediately with a billion fucking moves on the screen. At best, I'm focusing at maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 things at a time. At best, throughout the entire fight, bro. Sometimes it's mostly 1 or 2 things I need to focus on. And I'm like, okay, I can do that. I can manage focusing on only 1 to 2 things, right? Or 3 things or 4 things. That's what makes this shit cool, is because it isn't something that I'm getting berated by, or again, 20, 30 different Sans Bones attacks. And I know people say, hey, it's all about you getting good, it's all about you getting better. This is how you get better at a fan game. You allow the person to process the death that they had, why they died, and instead of coming back saying, I can't do this, you allow the person to come back saying, okay, I died here, let me try to itch out for more progress. And I know I'm explaining basically every Sans fan game in a nutshell, saying this shit, but this one was like one of the first Undertale fan games that actually allowed me to be like, okay, this is doable. Right? Like, other than, like, Hardtail, right? Like, this is an actual Sans fight. I made it to the end. That wasn't a joke fight that I didn't use debug for, and I was so proud of myself. Like, after seeing all the moves. By the way, I'll link the gameplay video in the description so you guys can go ahead and watch that, because it is just a genuinely good fight. It's good. No Gaster Blaster spamming, even though, I think there was Gaster Blaster spamming, but it's controlled Gaster Blaster spamming, okay? It isn't like, think of Sans from Genocide, that type of Gaster Blaster shit whenever they throw it out. And there's also some unique and interesting moves and shit, which you'll see here in a bit, you know, with the whole bones flying here and there, and it's honestly some really cool stuff. I was so impressed, so proud of myself during this moment. I remember, like, my reaction when I got done. I don't know why my remote is being on that BS right now and not unmuting, so I can actually hear the video type shit. Again, I don't know why it's... Fucking hell. It's doing this right now, but you get it, right? I need to read the dialogue. Right here, I was taking a break. Because I needed it really bad. Because I needed to take a breather.
I'm trying to make sure I go through this without using any healing items.
In this move where it gets slowly faster, like this bone starts out slow, but then it gets faster and faster as you move along.
Mine was there.
Yeah, look at this. This looks tame as fuck. I know some people are probably looking at this and be like, that's not tame as fuck, that's hard. For people that never played Undertale, this probably does look like some pretty hard shit, right? But look at this, right? Like, in concept, look at this. So freaking beautiful, as you can see. Right? That course is actually kind of difficult. I kind of fucked that up. But as you can see, right? Most of those moves are fucking doable, man. You know, Gaster Blaster shooting, all of that. It's very doable.
They're trash for the PC. They are not really built for mobile. I know.
Hey, look at this.
Fuck. Okay, I got invincibility for a bit.
Look at this type of shit. And then the blue bone, I gotta get a little closer, you guys see that better.
What do you need, dude?
And then the bone chasing you, which this happens multiple times. Type shit. As you can see.
Oh my fucking god.
And then as you can see, Sans is getting too tired for this. Right? I had to leave because I was getting...
Oh my god, the next time he can put you through that whole thing again?
Yeah, and I was also watching the fight too on top of that. And then Sans gets a little slower and slower. And then, like, the kitchen utensils, he seems tired. You just either act him or you just, like, get rid of him. Like, watch, right here. He dodges one more time. I'm thinking he's about to shoot me. But he can't even muster up the energy to shoot me. And I remember after 10 tries, and keep in mind, this fight actually ended up taking me way less time than Genocide Root Sands, like Pacifist Sands from Toby Fox. And I couldn't believe it, right? That I actually, again, like I just said, I actually beat a Sans fight all on my own, just trial and error, working through the pain, working through each move, actually genuinely understanding each of the moves. Again, the moves aren't too difficult. They aren't impossible. And every move, in every moment that I played that game, it felt good to play. It not only felt good to play, but it just felt good to beat. And again, keep in mind, right, I don't beat a lot of Undertale Fangame, so beating that one as one of my first time beating an Undertale Fangame that isn't Hardtail Renewed, it felt really fucking good. And again, each death felt fair, balanced. It was my fault that I died. I need to perform better. And I was able to perform better in that video. Now, if I probably went back, I probably would have took longer, because I know how I am whenever I return to something. When I'm not doing it right out the gate, of course, I'm going to be shit at it all over again. It's going to take me a couple of tries. But I was just so happy to do a conceptualized neutral, like a neutral run Sans fight, like with not too much difficulty, you know, where I'm over there getting up, breaking things, or I'm quitting the game, or whatever, or just something, right? It just, you don't understand, guys. It just made me so happy. I remember, like, I dabbed up my brother Lubit, you know, I dabbed him up. I said, yo, bro, I fucking did it. Louis gave me freaking congratulations. Dad closed the door because I was kind of loud. And I remember I walked off for the rest of that day just so happy that I actually went out of my way, got on YouTube, I beat a Sans fight that wasn't from Toby Fox, that was a fan-made fight that actually felt fair. And keep in mind, right, one of my biggest criticisms about Sans, like, fan fights 90% of the time, is that a lot of them feel completely unfair. A lot of them feel unbalanced. A lot of them feel like they're going against, I mean, of course they're going against you. They want to murk you. Like, a lot of them are, like, evil incarnate of Sans and stuff, so it's not even like they're good people. But the point is, right, a lot of them feel unfair. A lot of them feel unjust. A lot of them suck. So the fact that this one actually didn't suck or didn't feel overwhelming in some way, shape, or form. I mean, sure, it obviously did feel overwhelming in some points when I was getting a little upset at some bits. But, like, it wasn't so run-killing to the point where I just kind of lost motivation or lost the determination to get it done or felt like it was impossible, you know, like a lot of these other Sans fan games that fail to do. And I feel like a lot of Sans fan gamers, and I know a lot of you Undertale fans, again, are cracked as fuck. So all the hard shit y'all can do with relative ease, or almost like relatively easily, right? I know y'all can do a lot of that shit. But I feel like a lot of y'all can learn, whoever are making Sans fan games. And I'm not going to say, like, your Sans fan games aren't good or anything. I'm just saying, learn from this game, a conceptualized neutral run Sans fight. I feel like so many of y'all can learn how to make an actual Sans fight without it being stupid hard, without you needing to look at 50 things on screen just to pay attention and shit. You know what I mean? Learn from that fight, build upon it, make your own version of Sans, and I feel like more Sans fights should be just like this one. Because if they do end up being just like that one, I'll give it a fucking play. I'll be like, you know what? I'm going to sit through it and give it a shot, you know? And again, I know what I said in the past about, like, you know, me not being able to do 90% of Sans fights because a lot of them are this and that and this and that. But again, in my opinion, this one was perfect. I even said it, too, in my gameplay video. I said, this Sans fight is perfect. This is one of the best ones I've ever played. I still think it's right. Like, if I had to actually put this up there in a list, this is how my list would go, right? Not in terms of difficulty, but overall enjoyment, right? I really enjoy Genocide Sans, like just regular Genocide. I really enjoy Neutral Run Sans. I don't really enjoy Pacifist all that much. Right, I didn't really grow attached to it or grow, like, to love the fight and love the moves, because I'm not gonna lie, those blue lines really kill that fight. And then, like, Delta Traveler, I can't wait till we talk about Delta Traveler, because I think Delta Traveler might need to be a tier above Genocide. Same with Neutral Run Sands. I think they're both above, like, regular Genocide Sands, like, from Toby Fox himself. Mainly because of just how good they are, how good they felt to play, how genuinely fair the difficulty was for both of those fights. They felt amazing. They felt good. And, anyways, I don't want to glaze, or not glaze, I don't want to talk about this fight for like 40 minutes, so I'm just gonna wrap this up. Yo, whoever created a conceptualized Neutral Run Sands fight, fucking thank you, dog. Like, seriously, thank you for creating that fight, because that fight is legit a really good Sands fight, man, in my honest to God opinion. It's up there with the big boys. It's up there with the big leagues. Like, for me personally, it's way up there, and it deserves a lot more attention than what it got. I swear, should have got over 1 million views. 1 million people should have played this bitch. I'm gonna be so honest. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching my Conceptualized Sands, Conceptualized Neutral Run Sands Undertale fan game review. I'm gonna get out of here now. It's like 10 o'clock basically. I gotta get the fuck out. Louis about to beat my ass because I ate all the bacon this morning, and I gotta go. You know? So, but seriously, again, yeah. Shout outs to you, man. And one thing I do want to say too, the music. Really good for this one, too. Loved it. Fell in love with the music all the way through, my guy. Anyways, I'm gone.